Hi, my name is Palmer Hatch, and I represent Canary Safety. Our mission is to enable firefighters and departments to measure and track their exposure to dangerous chemicals and make informed decisions regarding their health. Our Canary Safety team consists of 3 engineers and 1 business student. In the beginning of the innovation process, our team set out to find ways we can serve the firefighter community. After 50 interviews, many ride-alongs, and firehouse shadows, we realized firefighters are really stressed. In search of the biggest contributor to stress, we found that firefighters are very concerned about cancer. On average, firefighters have a 14% higher risk of dying from cancer. In all 50 interviews, every single firefighter was quick to acknowledge that getting cancer was a top concern. What was really sad, though, is that they felt like their fate of cancer was inevitable. With our several hours of shadowing and interviewing, we found that the peak of firefighter stress was around their decontamination process after a fire. They understood that that was a peak time to get the carcinogens off their body, but they had no idea if the decontamination methods they were using were actually working. So we boiled our problem down to 3 things: high cancer rates in firefighters, no system for the firefighters to track their carcinogen exposure, and no system for the firefighters to determine how to lower their exposure to these carcinogens. Our unique value proposition is a combination of giving firefighters access to complex carcinogen testing and giving them easy-to-read decision-making tools. When developing our solution, we tried everything. We wanted to see if firefighters wanted a device under their turnout, or if they wanted a shirt that collected carcinogens, and several other ideas. When it came to it, firefighters we spoke to wanted simple. So we wanted to provide a testing machine that firefighters could take with them on their calls. After a fire, firefighters would be able to wipe themselves down, put the wipe in the machine, and then receive results from the machine right to their phone. But not only were firefighters concerned they wouldn't know how to work the machine, there were a lot of costs on our end as far as device manufacturing, customer support, and other lab qualifications required, and we were a little bit wary about how accurate the results would be. We then turned to our current solution, which is a mail-in service. This includes all of the same wipe sampling and result giving, but now instead of a machine, samples are sent to a third-party lab. This lowers the cost to around $30 a swab. At first, there was a battle between individual firefighters and departments as to who would win our customer segment space, but ultimately from our conversations with both parties, we learned that departments really liked our solution to promote change in health and offer statistics to back purchases for new equipment like turnouts and things of that nature that have been old. With that, while also complementing the new law signed for the CDC to collect data from firefighters, as well as states like New York with new laws to track firefighter cancer health, departments have overwhelmingly expressed their desire for our solution. Selling to individual departments and participating in trade shows will be our main channels. We recently had a stand at the Firehouse Expo and talked with industry leaders in fire equipment and services, and we received an overwhelming response that the fire industry is much more upfront and personal, and trade shows was one of the better ways to get in front of eager purchasers. At the trade show, we were able to stop and talk to hundreds of firefighters and chiefs about our idea, and here's what they said. I've been told all of my life that I'm going to get cancer, but I'm excited to hear you guys are helping us solve it. This is a big concern to our department. We are for anything that can help, and it looks like you guys are it. I was recently diagnosed with cancer. 13 of our retirees died last year from cancer, and 30 of our retirees have been diagnosed recently. This solution is something we think can help. In respect to our unfair advantages, the first would be our first mover advantage. Our trade show provided proof that no one else is trying to provide this level of info to firefighters. The other advantage is our knowledge of what useful information means to firefighters. When hitting the market, we will be the standard of what firefighters want and should know concerning their exposure to carcinogens. Our main revenue stream will be generated by each fire call, which calls for at least 15 firefighters. In addition to working with firefighters, we found a new customer segment in fire decontamination wipe companies. 7 companies approached us at our trade show to receive help verifying how well their wipes decontaminate. Along the way, our key metrics will be how many fires a current or potential department has, along with decreasing our testing costs with increased throughput of fires. Through careful scaling of our model, we hope to be tracking 25% of the annual fire market in 3 years, but more importantly, saving lives all along the way. We are Canary Safety, where clean is calculated.